Hey, has your child ever seen a chiropractor, but it just didn't feel like it helped as much as you'd hoped for? You're definitely not alone. So many parents walk away feeling super frustrated, whether it's because the chiropractor didn't seem super confident or clear, or the care plan was inconsistent, or they were overwhelmed with just a huge list of other therapies, things like lasers and primitive reflexes and paintbrushes and extra supplements, right? If this all sounds familiar, stick with me through this whole video today because today what I want to break down is the big difference between standard chiropractic care, integrated or functional therapies, and truly neurologically focused chiropractic, pediatric chiropractic care, which is what we specialize in here at Renegade Chiropractic. So the truth is, not all chiropractors are trained to care for kids, right? Especially kids who are navigating sensory challenges, things like ADHD and autism, gut struggles, bedwetting, or chronic health issues, right? And when you're trying to help a child who's already carrying a heavy stress load, you can't afford to go with just good enough. You deserve a provider who really gets it and has the tools to actually help your kiddo. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what to look for so that you can feel really confident that your child is in the right hands for sure. So I want to start with a quick story. I want to introduce you to a kiddo named Vance. Vance, when he first came to us, his family had literally tried so many things. He was working hard in speech therapy and behavior therapy and a few other programs, but something just wasn't really clicking for him. So he was working hard in speech therapy and behavior therapy and a few other programs, but something still wasn't clicking. His biggest challenge wasn't just words or rules, it was actually connecting with other kids in a way that felt natural for him. Like sometimes these emotions would bubble over at the wrong moments, and even though he wanted to make friends, it was really hard for him to read the room and really engage in a way that helped him build real friendships. They weren't seeing the progress that they'd hoped for, and like so many families that come to our office, they were getting really, really discouraged. And that's when they found neurologically focused chiropractic care here at Renegade Chiropractic. So once we started care with Vance, with the right frequency, neurological scans guiding the way, and a care plan that was built just for Vance, the changes actually came a lot faster than expected. His emotional regulation improved dramatically. He started connecting with his peers in a whole different way, and he even started hanging out with them at the mall with friends on weekends. Sometimes these are things that his family had only dreamed about, right? Today, Vance has graduated from both speech and behavioral therapies, and he's actually thriving. And that's the difference that the right focus and the right care planning, all this stuff can make. So let's dive deep into the real science behind these successes. First thing is advanced training and education. That makes a huge difference. Most chiropractors are trained to help with back and neck pain and injuries, but pediatric, prenatal, and family chiropractic really requires a whole different level of advanced training, especially in today's world where 50% of kids are chronically sick or more and facing the ripple effects of stress and toxicity from literally day one. So the right training includes deep dives into milestone development, brain and nervous system health, the gut-brain connection, neuroinflammation. The tricky thing is when you go to chiropractic college, I can tell you that the amount of training that you get on prenatal and chiropractic care is really small. It's not a whole lot. In fact, you just take one course in prenatal and pediatric chiropractic care. And so, like, can a chiropractor see kids? Yeah, any chiropractor can see kids. But diving deeper and taking more advanced training, that really is the responsibility of the chiropractor. And if they haven't done any at all, you definitely want to check and make sure, because you want somebody that hasn't just taken that one class, but knows what they know and works hard to continue to learn more for your kids. The next thing is experience. Experience matters too, right? You don't want to just see someone who sees a few kids here and there. Like I said, anyone can see, any chiropractor can see kids, but you want a provider who breathes pediatric and family chiropractic care and prenatal chiropractic care, because the other thing when it comes to experiences, we've had multiple birth experiences ourselves, my wife and I. Our first was a hospital birth, a very long hospital birth. Our second was an at-home birth that was very quick, and it was on accident. The next one was an at-home on purpose birth. The next one was an emergency C-section. And then the next one was an at-home birth VBAC scenario. And so all of these different births actually present unique challenges not just for the birth itself, but also for the kiddo post-birth too. And so we've been able to navigate and manage a lot of stressors that that are really important for moms to feel comfortable and for us to feel comfortable with your kids. So experience really does matter. And even if your chiropractor hasn't had the same experiences as us, make sure that they have some sort of experience. They're well versed. They've maybe, before they open their office, let's say they don't have kids, they've worked and done the work to actually know what they know. Or maybe they interned or worked at another office that was involved with pediatrics, so they know what they're doing. Some of these issues that your kiddos are dealing with are really complicated and different from the everyday family wellness cases like colic and ear infections and constipation. So you should look for a kid-centered environment, a team that's trained specifically for pediatric milestones and nervous system regulation, and an office that feels built for families. And what's cool is in our office, we do that. We have an office that's built to see kids. We have kids running around. Sometimes it's a little bit chaotic. And if your kid needs a more calm environment because they're a sensory kiddo, then we can get a calmer environment for them too. So we're able to meet each family and kid and each situation where they're at with what they need. The next thing is advanced neurological testing is a must. So insight scans are our go-to. In just 15 to 20 minutes, these completely safe and they're painless scans can reveal way more about your child's nervous system than something like blood work or even genetic testing could. We use these scans before care to find the root cause, and then throughout care to make sure we're getting the neurological changes that your kiddo needs. If you ever want to take a peek at a scan, we love showing them off on the iPad. We show them on this channel as well too. Also, another thing that you want to look for is multiple adjusting techniques and personalized care. There's no one-size-fits-all approach that works for complex pediatric cases, right? Different tools, different challenges need different tools. And we've trained in multiple specialized techniques to make sure that your child's care is exactly what their nervous system needs to heal and regulate and thrive. The next thing is care planning. Care planning that matches the perfect storm kids. Today's kids need a whole lot more intensive plans than previous generations, and here's why. Because they're facing way more neurological stress than earlier generations. And they're also facing this way earlier in life too. The right plan is based on objective and neurological findings, and it should evolve and adapt as your child grows and their nervous system gains more resilience and gets stronger. So if you've ever tried chiropractic care before and it just didn't make the difference that you were hoping for, I want to make sure that you know this. Don't lose hope, because it's not that chiropractic doesn't work, it's that neurologically focused chiropractic works differently, and it might just be the missing link that your child's been needing all along. At Renegade Chiropractic, this really is our heartbeat. Advanced training, clinical experience, nervous system technology, personalized adjusting techniques, and targeted care plans specifically for your kiddo. It's how kids like Vance, who once struggled to connect and regulate, are now thriving, making real friendships and enjoying their lives in ways that once felt out of reach. And that's what we want for your child too. So visit our website or click the link in our bio to learn more. Your child deserves a care plan designed just for them. Don't wait to give them the neurological support that can help them move from just surviving to thriving for the rest of their life.